Hi, this is Adam from the CDO team here at Cisco. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the CDO template feature to create a template for an ASA and deploy it in a greenfield environment. Alright, so here I have a few ASAs in my environment, and I want to create a template from this ASA or one of the ASAs so I can use it as my new best practice device moving forward. So to do so, all I have to do is choose ASA templates from the side menu, choose new ASA template, and these are all the existing ASA configs that I can choose from that are already in my environment. I'm going to go ahead and create a template from my Miami device. So if I choose that configuration, you'll notice that this is the config that is inside of CDO for that Miami device. What we're going to do is use this as our basis for creating a template. Let's say this Miami device is a branch office, and I want it to be my gold config for all my branch offices moving forward. I can go ahead and create a template called branch office config. Let's call it template, branch office template. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. So obviously this configuration is tailored and perfect for Miami. Most of it is still what I want for all my branch offices, but there'll be some things that need to change as I deploy it from location to location. So one of those things is, for instance, the host name. So all I need to do is highlight that host name and create a new parameter, and what we're going to do is create a variable for that host name. So when I go to deploy my template, we're going to be asking you questions, and you're going to be answering them, and it's going to populate that data into your configuration. So this is host name of device. I also want to change the outside interface, so I'm going to create a variable for that. Highlight the entire value. I'm going to create a new parameter called outside interface IP with subnet mask. And next I want to create a variable for my parameter for my inside interface IP. In this configuration, my fourth octet is always going to remain the same. I have standard throughout all my offices. .1's my gateway, .23 is my print server, things like that. So I really just want to turn the inside IP address, just the first three octets, into a parameter. So I'm going to choose just those first three octets and create a parameter out of that called inside interface first three octets. Alright, so I gave it, this is a very simple config I'm doing. So I've given a parameter for a host name, an outside interface, and an inside interface. So if I go ahead and save this, this becomes a saved branch office template. So now a new office comes online, Sarasota, and I want to create a new configuration based off my branch office config. So what I do is click on config from ASA template. I only have one template here, so I'm going to choose that branch office template, and you'll see there's three parameters here. So if I choose host name and I put a custom value in, so this is going to be Sarasota, my outside IP address is going to be 1.1, and my inside schema for Sarasota is 10.82.110. And you'll see those values are being pushed into this config. When I click the blue button, export config, what happens is all those values become instantiated into my branch office template for Sarasota. You can see that there's Sarasota in there. 10.82.110 is my new inside interface, and 1.1.1 is my outside interface. So to take this a little bit further, so that just changed one-to-one mapping. One thing was selected, there was one mapping. If I want to take that further and manage my config, what I really want to do is anywhere this inside value exists, I want to also find any other place where it exists inside my configuration. So what I'm going to do is paste this value back in here and show you what I should have done when I was creating the value. So when I was creating that inside interface value the first time, what I should have done, and would have made a lot more sense, and what you should do as you're creating your templates as well, is highlight the value. I finished editing that, sorry. Highlight that value, create a parameter for it. So we're going to call this inside interface. First, create objects. And then what we can also do is use this arrow button up here to find all the other places inside this config where 192, 168, 98 show up. And then if I click next, we'll find that it shows up in this network object here. So I can select the same parameter and choose that inside IP interface. Same here, choose the inside. Same here for this local nets. Same here for this ACL. And I have a NAT here that uses this IP address repeatedly as well. Now, hopefully in your environment, you'll probably just have these all defined as objects. So you'll be taking an object value, and that'll update your NATing, it'll update your VPNs, things of that nature. But in this case, I put some IP addresses in here just to help illustrate what we're doing. So now I can save it. And so I've updated my template now, and now when I need to go deploy my new template, I can configure from my template. Again, I'm going to choose the values. I'm going to change it this time to Tampa. Use 2.2.2.1. And my inside interface schema will be 10.80.100. Just 100. So now we're going to see if we scroll down that those values are actually being populated or will be populated into multiple areas. So when I export this config, you'll see that Tampa 10.80.100.1, 2.2.2, and if we go find those other locations where that 10.80.100 showed up, and go find all the different values, we should see that it's populated in more than one area. So you see this NAT that got changed is 10.80.100.0, so we changed those network configurations as well. So that's a way to make a change, have a template, add some values, make a change as you're deploying it, and that builds out your config. Now, to get it on your device, what you need to do is export it. Click OK, and that will build out a configuration file for you that you can now copy and paste on this brand new greenfield device with this new config. And it will match your baseline. It'll be precisely what you expect it to be for a new branch office location. You could also take it one step further, and if we go back to the template again and manage that template and edit it, you can do basically any command that you want to do, you can put in here as well. So if you want to, something I do is I actually wipe out these headers. They're they're mostly irrelevant because the system is going to overwrite these values anyways, so whatever the real system value is. But you can put things in like config t. So you really just need to be in the enable mode, and then you can copy and paste it in. It will put it into config mode and start running these values. I also, at the bottom here, I will generally put in a copy run start, no confirm, copy, no confirm, run start, and then reload, no confirm. So literally when I bring up a new device and I plug my console cable into it and I create a template in CDO, I just need to be in enable mode, which is the default on the ASA anyways once you log into it, and then copy and paste my output from my template that I'm creating, and then paste it on there. It's going to put it in config mode. It will put the entire config on that box. It'll copy it to the running config to startup, and then it'll do the reload. So you don't even have to touch it for it to come back up and for it to be in a state that you can start just doing a sanity check and testing it before you send it out to that new office. So that's kind of how ASA templates work and how you can kind of progress over time. You can start making the template simple, start adding some more functionality into the template, test it, and then even put additional commands that you would normally put in for configuring a new device. Build those right into the template, so it really becomes a very quick process to answer some questions, push the config down onto the device, and then deploy the device into that new location. So that's been a quick video about the ASA template feature. As always, you can contact CDO sales at cisco.com, or you can also go to getcdo.com for more information about CDO. Thanks for listening.